right, man. Excuse me. Fresh out the shower, hair looking crazy. But hey, let's get it in before I hit the road. Cade breaks his silence on LeBron James joining the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, he breaks his silence on that. Let's get into it. I mean, ultimately, everybody looks at the names and the media pushes a lot of things, regarding to this particular regarding to this particular thing that's happening. uh that's happening as far as pushing narratives. Oh, this is gonna be the best thing ever, and shit. But basketball, you can read things for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be telling people, man. Learn the game for yourself. But K doesn't hold back. LeBron joining the 76ers. Okay. So he says, so a king size addition into the East, which people are still treating LeBron like he's still LeBron from 10 years ago, 7 years ago. Okay. I keep telling y'all that ain't the case. Y'all going by the numbers. All numbers are not created equally, you know. But of course, the Eastern Conference is about to look vastly different thanks to an offseason biggest move. LeBron James signing a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers, signing LeBron and trading for Boston Celtics Jaylen Brown should make the 76ers a formidable threat in the East, but K is looking forward to the challenge. He says it's LeBron. He's joining a team that's already had Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, VJ Escom. They added Brown. Cunningham said it's a lot of talent over there. I'm excited for more. I'm excited for it more than anything. Continue quote. It's just experience. It's something that I'll be able to tell my kids. It's the ultimate as far as playing high level basketball. You want to play against the best to have a chance to come out the East, to have the Sixers make the moves they did, and the rest of the East. Giannis to Miami. It's a fun dynamic and join the competition. Cunningham also said he's excited about the shooting and playmaking additions the Pistons are added to the roster with veterans John Collins, Torian Prince, Isaiah Joe, Gary Harris, along with 2026 draft pick Abuka Corey. And one thing about it is, a lot of people think names equal substance. That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of people think because you got a name, it equals substance. And I be trying to tell people it's just really about the quality. It's really about the quality of the product. You know, that's what it boils down to. It's really about the quality of the product. Just because it look like you got all these names together, and telling people it's not gonna go like y'all think it's gonna go. People underrate the fact of camaraderie, and one of the biggest reasons why team building in the proper way is so important is because these guys today don't know how to play without the basketball in their hands. So when you got a generation of players who can't play without the basketball in their hand, it's hard to make it work. When you kind of seen Boston, they were an older team, but in that generation, they knew how to play without the ball in their hand. Ray Allen at that point in career, he played with the ball with and without his hand throughout his career. KG played with and without the ball. Paul at that point knew how to play with and without the ball. So kind of when you start kind of digging, you look at the Washington, you look at the Wizards. Why did it work so well? Everybody they brought in could play with or without the ball, and people not looking at that from 76er standpoint. They got a bunch of ball dominant players. You think in basketball you can just throw a whole bunch of talented players together and it's going to work. It doesn't work that way, especially when you have a generation of players coming in when a lot of them can't play without the basketball, and you have coaches out there who's not calling sets no more. They don't call a lot of sets. So now everybody is just getting their buckets. Isolation basketball. It's a high pick and roll. and it's isolation basketball. That's what it is. It's isolation. It's isolation basketball. Everybody getting theirs off the dribble. Nobody's running off the ball screens. They not running plays in critical moments no more. It's to the fact of every man for itself, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I hate to tell you, bro, this is not how basketball is played. You got 5 individuals playing as individuals, and they're not playing, as a unit. So you trying to tell me that LeBron at this point in his career is going to change and get the reins up? No, that's why Kyrie left. You telling me at this point with VJ Escom and Tyrese Maxey was just figuring it out? Now all of a sudden you throw Jaylen Brown into the mix, a very controversial NBA player, not in the like. This is what's going on around him. Who's gonna run the offense? Because they're not gonna run sets. Come on. They just figuring out how to play with Joel Embiid right now. And then will he be here? You can lose weight and do all the things you need to do. The body is cooked. It's cooked. So I'm just interested to see how the dynamic works with 5 guys who need the ball in their hands, or 4 guys that need the ball. It's gonna be interesting. We all know who gets thrown under the bus, but ultimately I like what Miami did more. Still like the Knicks, still like the Pistons, but everybody look at splash moves. So we'll see what it is, man. But in general, that's how you want your leader to be. Like, I'm excited. I'm excited for the challenge. You got to figure it out. But great team play breed a very talented team every time. Look at the Lakers with Chris Paul. Well, no, who was it? Dwight Howard, Kobe, and them, and Steven. It didn't work. The talent has to be able to fit somebody's. That's why it's called a team. That's why it's called the team, because some people got to take a step back. Some people got to do the dirty work. Somebody got to tone their game down. And for LeBron barely get 2 chips with the league helping him back in the day. That barely happened. And they had to get Wade to give sacrifice. Bosh had to sacrifice. Everybody had to sacrifice. Everybody had to sacrifice. So, we'll see what happens. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify. Well, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, Pay. Everything in the link in the description. Say find me everywhere. You got to try to piss into our playlist. Peace.